These deer locked in combat were found dead, locked together.
I can see where it needs to go.
Here, don't do this house.
I was thinking of fixing that high grade.
We're going back. We're going back. Everybody, we're going back to the other.
Look at the planes over there. Water's really low. And a lot of water in the dam, and they'll almost fill that tube coming out of it. They just shut the floats down through here. That's a load of water. You gotta let it build up. Here it comes again.
I thought you always tried to wear a hat when you were out in the sun, Dad.
I do, normally.
Got that word just a few minutes ago. They've canceled all 1, 3, 5, and 7. Now, we have a 3:30 shootout over on Lee Street. See, there's two teams here in Fayetteville. There's one called Gunslingers and one called Lee Street Gunfighters. I don't know if we will have the 3:30 gunfight on Lee Street or not. It depends upon how the parade moves along, and if we get back from the parade, is it at 3:30?
We're down here from Fort Abraham Lincoln, which is Bismarck, North Dakota today. In in the summer of '74 to map the Black Hills. Because in 1874, the Black Hills, where we're sitting right now, remained the very last unmapped, unexplored region in the entire continental United States. It was just easier to go around the hills than through them. So anyway, there was also some rumor that there might be some gold in the Black Hills, so that was his secondary mission, was to look for gold. And lo and behold, according to a news dispatch from that expedition, they did find gold about 50 miles south of here in a little stream called French Creek. According to that news dispatch, the gold was so thick down there that all you had to do was reach down and grab up a tuft of grass and shake the roots and the gold nuggets would roll out. The remains are in the ground right here in front of you. Wild Bill's in front and Calamity Jane behind him. That's not exactly accurate because the bodies lie this way, so they are buried side by side. She's just above him to the contour of the hill. Now this big stone right here is just been set in place. On August 2nd, the anniversary of his death, they're going to be placing a bronze bust on that stone. And let me assure you that Wild Bill is here, if nothing else, because about 12 inches underneath this dirt, there's a 10-inch cap of cement to make sure he stays there. Let's talk about Wild Bill first. Everybody knows what he looks like. Just want to point out a couple of buildings from up here. Sit down here, kitty corner to our left, the big building on Main Street that's facing us. It has that big white column front porch, looks like an old hotel. Well, that is the Franklin Hotel. That was built in 1903, and it's still an operating hotel, and that makes it the oldest continuously operating hotel in the state of South Dakota. But I think what really distinguishes that hotel from all others is I believe that's the only hotel in the United States that Bill Clinton has not been in. Just to the right of that, you see a church with a red steeple and red roof. What I really want to point out is the building between us and that church, the one down on Main Street with its back to it. Got the 3 flags flying on top. It also has that big glass dome skylight. That is the Midnight Star, owned by Kevin Costner. Now, he came to Deadwood about the same time gambling started to film the movie Dances with Wolves. All the mountain scenes in that movie were taken out here in Spearfish Canyon. And he stayed in Deadwood during that shoot. Liked what he saw, bought that piece of property, built it up into the casino you see today. Now, the 3rd floor of that building is Jake's, which is the only 5-star restaurant in the state of South Dakota. Well, Kevin even moved his parents up here from California. Kevin's kind of adopted us in his hometown, and we're just so gosh darn proud of that.
Tommy was the Rookie of the Year bronze rider in the 60s when the Rodeo Association was the Professional Rodeo Association. And they have the distinction of having a son, T.C. Holloway, who died in a tragic car accident last year, who was the PRCA Rookie of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to present to you truly remarkable and one of its kind in the West, ladies and gentlemen. They deserve a big round of applause.
Don't kill me. I've seen this 100 times.
Corporal Rodeo began providing stock to the age of 76.
Rodeo organizational meetings and schools who want to speak.
They do a great job, and they also perform for every year, and we continue to bring them on Friday. As we know, animals and people have minds of their own. And perform accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, Clydesdale, horses. We're watching 6 tons of champions, a beautiful match. Welcome, the Clydesdale horses. Thanks to Entertainment Executive President Bob Clark. Riding the Wells Fargo State Coach are Chad Weir, Calamity Jane.
The new event this year is part of the Daily Central Six.
Out to Kenya, reaching the famous in 1744. Trappers first graders, also part of the Senator of the West. From 1816 to 1816. 1816 named first trappers and first achievers and forces of great individuals who for a few brief minutes in history has unlocked the illusion of sports military. These men are truly calculated with stories to the
French Americans met and signed the treaty giving areas great space in Egypt for a total sum of $3,000. The Custer executed the Black Hills along what we call Highway 385 today to Spring Street, where gold was discovered. The expedition included 1,000 men, 1,900 horses and mules, 300 head of cattle, and 110 wagons. Personnel included gold miners, photographers, geologists, map makers, and surveyors, and an extravagant 16-feet brass which rode on 16-mast white horses. The expedition also included a wagon load of champagne for the officers. The purpose of the expedition was to locate Luxembourg.
They stayed while prospecting for gold that weekend.
Now we have Wild Bill Hickok. I don't know how he got separated from Calamity Jane, but it ain't a bad news, Bill. He's actually in the right spot for him by transfer. Wild Bill has been trying to run away from Calamity Jane since 1876.
By the time the train reached Dedrick, there were at least 50 Red Hickok and Calamity Jane. He buried Wild Bill and erected a wooden grave marker that stated the time. We will meet again when the Falcon hunting ground starts in the morning. Larry Joseph Travel will report from New Hampshire to Wednesday Color.
Bullock north of Bellevue. Bullock is buried at Mountain Line.
First time United States Marshals. During the years of our history, U.S. Marshals such as Masterson, Wilder Hickok, Wyatt, and Virgil Earp, along with hundreds of others, helped establish order on a lawless frontier. In 1986, it was decided to create a non-law enforcement mounted parade here to call attention to the time-honored tradition of the U.S. Marshal Service. On August 19th,
Arriving in Deadwood in 1876.
Jack McCall was murdered while on August 2nd, 1876. The first Deadwood dip was Matt Law, who came to Deadwood in 1876.
In 1887, we didn't take much Saturday to see the train arrive when it was to see the stagecoach leave. The last stage left for which was Stupid on the same day that the train
Well, it was also equally like society back in the old days. Women proved themselves to be just as fine and equestrian as the men, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see with our side saddle feet. I've tried it a couple times and ladies and gentlemen, the side saddle riding.
The first to organize a church was a congregational pastor who arrived in Deadwood in November of 1876 and held his first services in the Centennial Hotel, December 3rd, 1876. Organization of the church was commended.
And still on. Oh, here's my favorite part. Jessica and Chloe Rucker and Thursday. And we welcome them. Liberty. Okay, we welcome Liberty Mary.
I see that guy's horse is one way. Get this to Scott.
Yeah, get the horse coming up
They
there.
used
You
to
are.
have 3 operating horses. The white one was for what was it like? For kids, that's it. Yeah. And the black one was for adults.
Dr. Snowball here. Mary Sue. Is also part of that party. Our mourner, Deb Stern.
And the sun's on playing. I said when the first acquired it, you know, we didn't have a band that would play, but it was a tradition. Even the hour for us to put a band on it, and we ride around and entertain the people and install fire and whatever it is. The Edward Hope Electric County, the first fire department organization of its kind in Blackfield. The Pioneer Hook and Ladder Company had been formed in June of 1877, and on its roster appeared the names of 64 Edward businesses. Its equipment included 100 canvas buckets and the running gear of an old wagon fitted up as a hook and ladder truck. In January of 1879, the first gold truck.
The gold one, beer wagon. Most were initially located in the southern hills in and around the town of Preston. The first sawmills were initially human powered, with 2 men pulling whipsaws through logs in an area called the Saw Pit. Steam powered sawmills were soon brought in. Riding at the cowboys of today on St. Patrick's Therapeutic Fighting Academy of the Black Hills. Garden Academy, putting the horse into physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and counseling. Riders today are gold medal winners of the State Special Olympics Equestrian Competition in Germany. Thomas Vaughn, Caleb Cookman, and Garrett Albertson.
And then a gentleman who's well respected in our community. He serves as clerk of court and travel tank of all. were back in those days. And he, Charlie and Steve put together wagon trains and hired Calamity James and Wild Bill Hickok as typewriters. And that's how they met. Well, our young lady got on that wagon train to come to Deadwood looking for work to make some new friends. Some people say she's not the smartest lady in the world, but gentlemen, in her line of work, what does brains have to do with it? Miss Lulu! And I'm the judge.
Here, Judge. This is Miller Law Porter right here in Deadwood. Judge Crocodile.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I really haven't seen you around town lately.
Say howdy, mister. After I've been survived with Calamity Jane and Wild Bill on the Charlie at a wagon train.
Oh, I came up on a big thing, Joe, and I brought this here. I'm not sure it's time for me. But I thought you might be interested in this. I don't want you to look at that how sparkle. When you go to the thing, just look at how that sparkle.
That is the most beautiful diamond I have ever seen.
Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm a little short of cash. Let this go for cheap. How much you got that?
Why, just my life savings. $273.32. That's bad, but money out there.
Well, you look like an honest sort. Your goes. I wouldn't want to take all of your money. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll sell you this beautiful 100-year diamond right here for $270. I might add it's a good deal, isn't it?
So what will I do for money?
Oh, Mr. Deadwood, you can...
And here is diamonds I just bought. Isn't that the biggest diamond you've ever seen?
Well, Miss Lulu, it is big. It's beautiful. It does sparkle. Mr. Bud, what do you think?
Just everything you said. This is the most beautiful bronze doorknob I have seen in a long time.
That's right, Miss Lulu. I think it's finer than a business. Right to the hotel over there. It's a wooden nickel.
What's got it from a friend of mine?
Took almost all of her clothes. Well, I tell you what. We look at it, we don't think it's a diamond at all, and she needs her money. So what we want you to do is you give her her money back.
Let me understand. You want me to give...
Wow, you lost the heel.
Right down in back of the bucking chutes. Surprised I could get this far, but the horses did. A little further down, they had the cattle were roasting. Those horses were acting up a little over.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, while we're still out of ways away from the start of our performance out here this afternoon, I want you to become aware of one of the great sponsors. And we're mighty proud of right here at our German Rodeo. I salute to our Thursday God. And as I speak of God's Rodeo, and better than $3 million that's come into our sport this year. Now, there's only one reason that a national program works to that capacity, and that is a salute to the local dealerships to become involved in our individual rodeos, the ones that are selected across the country. We are proud here today in 76 to be one of those selected rodeos, and we are mighty proud of our friends at Gin and Dodge from right down in
Black Hills heard the news that 2 of the men who were instrumental in flying slurry bombing missions over Deadwood had died in a plane crash fighting fire in Colorado just days ago. So it was with absolute humility and understanding that we introduce you to the true heroes of the Grizzly Gulch fire. Ladies and gentlemen, continue the long legacy of Deadwood, South Dakota. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the 2 men who will be your masters of ceremonies for tonight. First of all, now living in Rapid City, South Dakota with his family, and certainly one of the finest up-and-coming young announcers. As soon as his mother says, quit trying to ride bulls, he'll make his way in the announcing world. Would you welcome, first of all, Mr. Rory Level, and by his side, former announcer of the year, National Finals Rodeo Selection on many occasions, now living in Silverdale, Washington. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Randy Corley.
Got to see the stars of professional rodeo. Some of the same people that we get to see at the National Finals Rodeo. But right now, I would like to introduce to you the award-winning Days of 76 Rodeo Committee. Your time. Rodeo of the Year. That's how the American flag along with our friends Joe Peterson, John Madsen, Mark Straub, Max Meyer, and there's so many more in the red shirt that make this one of the top rodeos in all of the United States. In fact, with a record-setting 4 times Rodeo of the Year.
Well, while we salute the lineup of our rodeo committee, how about a nice round of applause for those awards that they have brought up here? No other rodeo has matched it like they have, huh? Now, while we salute our committee and after the lead of us in the introduction, would you welcome Mr. Jim Corco, the Corco Rodeo Company? Ladies and gentlemen, they are the dignitaries of our rodeo out here today. What do you say we let them know on a Friday afternoon that we are ready for rodeo? Let's hear it, make it sound like Deadwood one time. Everybody,
Oh, indeed, manpower is what we're doing again. So I want the Free Hill Rodeo Company. Fire gentlemen from the Corco family. Let's get them on a man and do it down the road. Number 1 player, Lundell Kicker Nolan,
Then he discovered that the only vacant chair would force him to sit with his back to the open door. So he asked the other players to change seats with him. His request was refused. His superstitions criticized. So he relented and accepted the fateful seat. Mr. Man took the deck of cards, shuffled, and dealt. Now, whether by accident or design, we'll never know. Another man, Jack McCall, followed Wild Bill that day. As he came to the open door of the number 10 saloon, he paused, glanced in, and entered. And as he did, Hickok jumped to his feet and drew his gun, but seeing who it was, he just said, "Howdy, Jack," and he sat back down. McCall moved to his left, his other left. He reached a position back of Carl Mann, where he paused, glancing over Mann's shoulder at the cards. He then moved to a spot back at Captain Massey, looked again, and then to Carl Rich. And finally, directly behind Hickok. He paused there only momentarily, and then suddenly and without warning, he drew his gun, fired into Hickok's head with the exclamation, "Take that, damn you!" Hickok's head fell forward on the table. The same bullet hit Captain Massey, knocking him unconscious. McCall exited the room and outside, pursued by a group of citizens who had been attracted by the shot.
Wild a purple shirt and an eagle feather in his hat. Let's see who falls on.
What we're doing to get set. The park-out room, we talked about it a little earlier. Him, the bareback ride, but he's got to be about the point of the shoulder. Up into the neck of the horse on that first jump out. While you watch it from that point on, you sure that the rest of the way through that ride, as we take a look at our down and get ready, Mineral Palace is where you want to watch. And you need to live a hell of on the ride. I need to something on your side, Deadwood. concealment about the garage things. The guards offered little resistance to these company men, and they were killed. The driver was ordered to hold the line. One of the riders came to the head of the team, for which position he could control the horses, still keep the driver covered. The others surrounded the stage and ordered the passengers to get out. They came down from the coach, slowly but surely. It isn't going to matter if he's standing down there, is it? All right, guys, I want you to line up. We're going to give you the introductions. You give a tip of the hat back so we can salute you for all of the great work you've done. I see my partner.